A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to Oliveboard Speed Reading Practice 3.0 editorial session. So, how are you all? Manoj, Muskan, Shreya, Shankar, Vikram, who else is here? Lalit, Logeshwaran, and Sambat. Okay, okay. So, very good morning. Quickly, everybody join in. Today, we are going to start a fresh new editorial and read from Financial Express, something that I've picked up. Actually, not the Financial Express. It is yeah. Related to correct Financial Express related to an article about SEBI's okay stock market, something related to that finance news you can call it. A very happy morning, Naveen. Very good morning. So all of you quickly come in. Before I begin, I need to start telling you about the courses which are available on Oliveboard. So as you know, today there is first class of UDC mains batch English 9 a.m. So after this class, you can join that also. 9 a.m. session for UDC mains is there, first introduction class. And we have got the new course for UDC mains course. You can use code Harshita for discount. We have other courses available also. RBI assistant mains, descriptive batch for ECGC PO, complete SBI PO batch, RBI grade B, okay, English SBI PO winners batch. So SSO, ESIC, SSO batch, there's so many different courses. Everything available under one plan, which is super elite. So to access multiple courses, go for this plan, which is on Oliveboard, the best one, super elite. Apart from RBI grade B, RBI grade B is a separate course. Other exams are included in this course, and you can use code Harshita here also to get discount in the plan. Okay. Right. Chalo, I will be a bit loud also if you feel the sound is low. Probably okay. I'll put the earphones and then we can check as well. Guys, anything you buy on Oliveboard, use code Harshita for maximum discount on Telegram. And here we have a group and a channel where I give you my class updates, PDFs. It is Harshita Khurana, the grammar girl, right? And on Instagram it is Harshita dot the grammar girl. Okay, so do follow me for more content, for updates, and for PDFs, both these places, right? Right. Now, okay. Let's start with today's topic. But before that, we always do the revision of the words we did yesterday, vocab revision from previous day. Very, very important to see how much you remember, how much vocab you remember. Okay, right. Let's start. You have to give me the meanings here, guys. I'll not help you. You will give me the meanings. I will not help you here. Yes, pragmatic is practical. Catalyst. Second one, can anybody tell catalyst? Something that causes change. Very good. That brings change. Next, meticulous. Guys, meticulous. I think we did this word meticulous planning in the yesterday's editorial. It was something related to planning, and this word was used, meticulous planning. Very careful, precise, paying attention to every detail. Very careful, okay, precise, paying attention to every detail, right? No sound. Is it okay? Everybody can hear me. Can you give me confirmation regarding the audio, guys? Okay, I can check on my cell phone also. I think there is no sound issue. Manoj, you will have to look what is wrong at your end. I think there is no sound issue on my cell phone. It is all playing fine. Okay. Please look into what is the issue. Right. Boomerang, like a verb we discussed. Remember, guys, the verb meaning. Yesterday, this word was used as a verb. backfire. Okay, the context that we were getting is backfire. Okay, right. Hybrid is mix, combination of two or more than two elements, combination of two or more than two elements. Okay. Ad hoc basis, something which is ad hoc basis is done randomly without any careful planning. It is random, mixed, random. Foster, encourage the growth of something or encourage something, nourish, grow, foster, encourage. Right? Right. What is substantial? We discussed yesterday. Substantial is considerable. Considerable. Quite a lot of amount. Kafi, Sara, considerable. Okay. Substantial. Yeah. Considerable, substantial, more than sufficient, you can say. Acha, tell me forego. Forego. Anybody who remembers this word? Is it important? Yeah, overwhelming amount, you can say, right? FORGO, what is this meaning? Let go. Shreya is saying let go. Forgo, forgo. Yeah, Priyanka, I was thinking about this, Manoj. Priyanka used to be very regular. Priyanka is not attending. Priyanka Sharma, and she used to be very regular with the homework questions also in editorial. I don't know where is she. Okay. If she's listening, she should join, right? Decide not to do something or have something. So forgo, you let go, right? Decide not to have, do something. Okay, something which is wearing is something which makes you tired. Wearing is uh, not exactly, not give up, not quit. Decide that you will not do or decide that you don't want something. That is wearing. Okay, Gargi, very very good morning, guys. Which is where? Sorry, that is forgo. Wearing is something which will make you tired. Tiring, basically. It should not be tired, it should be tiring. Any activity which is tiring, something that can make you tiring. Okay. uh, Substantial can be verifiable also. You can basically, for amount, if we say substantial, we say a lot of amount or considerable amount. Okay. Verifiable we usually use when we are referring to something justifiable. Verify, justify, so little different, I will say. Okay. अब आ जाओ आज के एडिटोरियल से. We'll start Financial Express newspaper. Let me make it clear. This one is from Financial Express. I think after a long time we're taking an article from Financial Express. Okay, right. So I want all of you to start reading. Catalyst, something that acts as a change, that causes change, not acts as a change, something that causes, initiates change, causes change. Catalyst. Okay. Udit, very good morning. Chalo, guys, now I want all of you to give time to this paragraph reading. By the time I write your answers, meanings for these words, and then we'll discuss together. What is it about? By the way, how many of you know the difference between IPO and FPO? Okay, initial public offering. Huh. And then we have FPO, right? FPO is here follow on public offer. Okay, Shreya, substantial proof, which means a verifiable proof. Verifiable, something which will, yeah, substantial means, yeah. Again, here, when we say substantial proof means considerable, okay, which is required, enough, more than enough, right? But if I say verifiable, something will definitely, that will verify, that will prove, that will give the result. So both are little different that in that context. Okay, Shreya? Okay. Yes, yes. See, Soumya is right here. IPO versus FPO, the favorite interview question also, everybody should know it. IPO is when the company first time they are selling their share. Okay. So first time when they come in the market to sell their share, we say IPO, initial. Initial is initial public offering. Okay. So first time they are issuing share to the general public is IPO. Okay. But FPO already issued by a corporation that is already publicly traded. It is already there in the stock market. Okay. So in the companies, they can, people can look into the company's market trend and everything, and then they can decide whether to invest or not. That is FPO, follow up. Okay, so follow on public offer. Follow on public offer. Already there are listed firms that are there. They issue fresh shares to their investors or their current owners, and usually to their promoters, which we say. Okay, follow on public offer. Getting it? Acha, who is a watchdog? For example, what is mentioned here, guys, clearly, Security and Exchange Board of India. So, is a watchdog. Watchdog means who check, who keep a check, organization that keep a check. If companies are obeying particular standards, companies are not acting illegally. Okay, so watchdogs, one who keep a check. Organizations that keep a check on companies. Okay, right, clear everybody? So there have been many incidents which are wrong in the stock market over the years. Now this company, by the way, how many of you know this is part of Patanjali's, Baba Ramdev's Patanjali group only, Ruchi Soya. This is a company name given. Okay. Regulatory bodies, yeah, who keep an eye on others is watchdog. निगरानी रखता है जो दूसरों पे. तो ये जो कंपनी है रुचि सोया, ये बाबा रामदेव का ही ग्रुप का कंपनी है. Now the events that happened surrounding the FPO of this company, okay, have been very quick and also surprising. Now giving recap, the writer says SEBI directed that all subscribers to this FPO, except for those who were allotted the shares from the book, will be allowed to withdraw their applications. Okay. So why this is done by SEBI? Who's the watchdog? Because SEBI is unhappy, angry about the messages that are being sent around to the possible investors, poking them to pick up shares. Okay. So the company, according to SEBI, is sending messages, unwanted, unrequired, unsolicited. Okay. When we say no unsolicited advice, not asked for, any advice which is not asked for becomes unsolicited advice. So messages which are not required have been sent by the company according to SEBI, and that is why SEBI is angry, unhappy with the company. And yeah, because these messages are actually prodding, poking the people to pick up shares. Okay. ठीक है. रुचि सोया, बाबा रामदेव. Getting this paragraph, what is the case that has happened, everybody? पिछले कुछ वर्षों में शेयर बाजारों में कई अप्रिय घटनाएं हुई हैं, लेकिन रुचि सोया के फॉलो ऑन पब्लिक ऑफर के आसपास की घटनाओं के बाद की कार्रवाई तेज और आश्चर्यजनक दोनों रही है. संक्षेप में, इन शॉर्ट, इन ब्रीफ, टू रिकैप, ओके, भारतीय प्रतिभूति और विनिमय बोर्ड सेबी ने सोमवार देर शाम निर्देश दिया कि 4300 करोड़ रुपए के एफपीओ के सभी ग्राहकों को जिन्हें एंकर बुक से शेयर आवंटित किए गए थे को अपने आवेदन वापस लेने की अनुमति दी जाए. ऐसा लगता है कि पूंजी बाजार की निगरानी संभावित निवेशकों को शेयर लेने के लिए उकसाने वाले अवांछित संदेशों से नाखुश है. So SEBI is unhappy. SEBI बिल्कुल नाखुश है, displeased है किस चीज से? From the messages, okay, sent by the company. Getting it? Yes. Next para. Acha, guys, some of them are saying what is anchor book. So probably when they issue the shares related to that, okay, we have the anchor book. The meaning here for anchor book is the investors, the list of investors where they keep. Okay. So anchor book, anchor investors we say, right? This is a concept. The anchor investors are institutional investors. Anchor book where we keep the list of these investors. Trigger, make something happen suddenly. Curtail, you all know, stop, curtail, okay. Reduce the quantity, impose a restriction, basically restrict, limit. Unscrupulous, which is not honest, okay. Unscrupulous, not honest, something which is not fair. Disrupted, cause disruption, or disrupted is again stop something, prevent, stop, okay. So the action is probably, we haven't seen such a act happen earlier, unprecedented, something new happening, experiencing for the first time. Nahi Manoj, audio is okay, nobody is facing that problem. I think Sanjay is right. Restart your cell phone once again. I guess Sanjay is right. Okay, right. So a big chunk, a big number of investors are withdrawing their application. Okay. This seems to have triggered by the huge uncertainty following. Now SEBI has informed everybody you are allowed to withdraw your application. Now everybody will feel that okay, there is something wrong with the company. They are withdrawing their applications. Okay. So the regulator is actually, why it is doing this, because they want to remove any kind of unfair promotion or activity while issue of share is happening. But this is very unlucky, unfortunate that this FPO is disrupted even before any direct or indirect link between the promoters is established, because there is no proof right now. Is the company only, because company is saying we were not the ones who were sharing these messages. So there is no link right now established, but still SEBI has taken its decision. So that writer is saying it's not fortunate. Okay. So the promoters, Ruchi Soya promoters, may not be able to bring down their shareholding to obey with the rules. Getting it? Right? Yeah. So between, where is it used? Which line, Gargi, are we talking about? Tell me. Are you getting it? The problem, guys, here. तो सेबी ने क्या किया? ये फर्स्ट टाइम हुआ है, कभी भी नहीं हुआ, पहली बार एक्सपीरियंस किया, अनप्रेसिडेंटेड. ठीक है. बहुत सारे रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स ने अपनी एप्लीकेशंस क्यों वापस हटा ली? दे विथड्रॉ देयर एप्लीकेशंस. व्हाई? बिकॉज सेबी अनाउंस्ड and then that caused uncertainty in the market. Okay, so regulator is justified, regulator is not wrong, because regulator is trying to remove any unfair practice. But the problem is that there is no link that is established between promoters and those indulging in practices. Means, were the promoters making this happen? Okay, getting the messages sent regarding the purchase of shares. Were the promoters involved? Right? The problem is that that is not clear. Okay. So between is used for promoters and those. There are two parties between, first for promoters and those indulging in such practices, sending messages. Okay. You are getting it, guys? So they will not be able to bring down their shareholding to comply, to obey with the rules. Okay, shareholding means all the promoters that have a particular, of course, in the company, the shares are allocated to them. Okay, they hold a particular part of shares. Okay, so the company's Ruchi Soya, their promoters will not be able to bring down their holding. Okay, or sell their shares here in this case. Okay, so that is what is mentioned. Bring down their shareholding. What is allocated to them? What part they hold of the share? Okay. Right. Getting it, guys? Bring down also. Correct. Reduce the number of shares they hold. Reduce their holding. They will not be able to do that. Okay. Next. Yes. Indulge in is fixed preposition, Gargi. Who are the one who did this? The culprit. Sabotage, when you destroy something deliberately, intentionally. Damage, okay. On purpose, you damage things. Sabotage, okay. Tactics, your way to handle tactics. You follow particular methods, right? To handle something. Skillful methods, particular methods you use to achieve something. Okay, your tactics. Pertinent is very, very important. Okay, so the pertinent, relevant question is, important question is, drawn out process. Long drawn out process. What is drawn out process? Drawn out means too long, longer than necessary, very lengthy. Drawn out negotiations which are continuously happening, long drawn out, right? Unsolicited, I told you in the last para, something which is not asked for, you not asked for, not required, okay, unsolicited. So this para talks about fact is it would be very difficult, if not near impossible, to identify. First, we should look who is the culprit, who is the person who have sent those messages, who is the one to be blamed. Okay, technology can be used for finding out, tracking down who is the offender, who has committed this crime. Okay, and the evidence on the ground might be very thin. What do you mean by thin, guys, here? ठीक है, would के बाद भी यूज क्यों नहीं हुआ, would be क्यों नहीं हुआ? So guys, as a modal you can use would separately also. Okay, so the fact is it would, अच्छा यहाँ पे first line, it would very difficult, it should be there. क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये गलत है, would you asked it. ज्योत्सना, it should be, would be, right? Venkateshwara, what are you saying, tell me? Okay, it should be, would be very difficult if not impossible. Okay. So to identify the real person who has done the crime will be difficult, and technology will come in handy. Come in handy means technology will help here. Come in handy. Remember this phrase, everybody. Okay. Come in handy. Okay. So, we are saying that tracking down, finding out the offender, the main person who has committed the crime, will be a very long process, and the evidence on the ground might be very thin. Evidence might be thin. We might not get a lot. Yeah, I asked what is very thin. Meaning the evidence, you will not get the evidence, right? Proper evidence proof, you will be very thin. Okay, you will not get the evidence. So thin, that is why thin is used, right? So evidence on the ground might not be enough. Okay, it will be very little, it will be not enough. Very thin is not enough here. Getting it? The context. And what do you mean by come in handy? You all remember this very common phrase. Something which comes in handy means proves to be very, very useful. Okay, be very useful at that time. Come in handy, useful. So tactics should be applied. Okay, sending, more importantly, such kind of tactics, actually talking about the messages that were sent, which were not required. It could be used in the future by the people to deliberately destroy the public offering. Technology can be misused. Always there is that scope. Important question is to what extent, okay, kis had tak, to what degree such kind of messages which will influence buyers. Now, if they are planning to buy shares and if they get messages on their cell phones, how much they are influenced? They are not allowed, companies are not allowed to send these messages, which happened in this case. But the company members are saying our promoters have no link. They do not know who has sent these messages. But the question is that technology can be misused. Somebody who wants to spoil the whole process of share offering can do this. But to what extent people are influenced by these messages, that is important to be asked. That is something useful to ask. Okay, next one. Manoj has a new question. What is the meaning of elakya in Hindi? When you say punt in, basically you risk your money in the hope of getting something extra. Okay, in the hope of making more money. That is the context. So what does this para say? For institutional investors or high net worth individuals. How many of you know this? High net worth individuals are supposed to base their buying decisions on research. See, people always, when they invest, their decision is based on research that they do. They are not influenced by some random message that they get. They will do the research and then only invest. Retail buyers, if they want to buy shares for the long term, they will also take informed decision only after the research they do. Okay, if they just choose to risk their money in the hope of making some quick money, okay, that is entirely their decision, for which they should take the full responsibility. So the writer is trying to say this one message, two random messages cannot influence the decision of the buyer. They do full research before investing somewhere or buying shares. Okay, right? Right. So guys, Who are these? Tell me. At least Ragargi saying at least $1 million. Who are your high net worth individuals? Who we call them? Who are the people we call high net worth individuals? Anybody in the chat can mention high net worth individual, meaning which people? Very very wealthy person, guys. Very rich person, wealthy person. Okay. So who have basically investable assets more than $1 million, at least more than $1 million in investable assets. Okay, is a high net worth individual, right? Remember, so these kind of people. Sanjay is saying I am high net worth individual. Really, Sanjay? I would not have been staying here then. I would have gone out of India altogether. Okay, so yeah. Um, Understand, these people will not make random decisions on message, okay, and buy shares. They will make informed decision, practical decision after all the research work. Okay, next. Okay, tell me. Yes, Soumya, very good. Inundated with. This is fixed preposition. With this inundated, we always use with. Okay? Fixed preposition. Inundated with. अच्छा, क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? Point is, SEBI cannot be protecting small investors to a point where they stop to be responsible for their decisions. Ultimately, if you talk about finally, all the buyers, any buyer of shares and stocks, or even mutual funds, okay, they should be able to think for themselves. Means they should be able to. SEBI cannot actually do what hold their hands in every step and like do that babysitting work. SEBI, okay, SEBI cannot come and protect everybody, even the small investors. They have to actually start being responsible for their acts, right? They have to make decision whether they want to buy a share or no. Okay, a mutual fund, whatever it is. Indeed, certainly small investors today are flooded with research. Okay, there are so many brokerage firm companies which talk about their assets, stocks, okay, right? And not every information is correct. High quality information is not given by everybody, certainly. There are small investors also in the market, right? In spite of that, brokerages continue to make recommendation. They recommend which stock to buy, right or wrong. Okay, so SEBI cannot track so many brokerages, small companies that do that work, right? Correct? Inundated with smoldering feelings. That will be right, Manoj, for sure. Okay, next one. One last para. I don't know why I am finding this para a little interesting today. Different also. I don't know about all of you. Are you finding it a little different and interesting, guys, today? We always say we need to plug the loopholes, right? So what are the loopholes? The gaps, okay, the problems, and we need to plug these, okay. Try to eliminate the loopholes, the weak points, try to improve or work on it, right? So plug the loopholes. What is micromanagement? When there is lack of freedom, you are not allowed to judge and take decisions for yourself. Huh? Loopholes are kamiyan, correct. Arun is saying that, is this particular para talking about that only investors? No. Arun, remember it says writer's viewpoint is now SEBI cannot go after every small brokerage firm. Investors too have to be smart in this decision making, where to invest. Okay, all of that. So not every firm, yeah, investor will, SEBI will go to, a regulatory body will help. Sometimes investors have to take decisions and be responsible for what they are doing also. Okay, yeah. So when we micromanage, we manage small tasks, look at small things, even tell our employees or subordinates, okay, you should do this, do that. They don't have the freedom to think for themselves. They are not given the freedom to make decisions for themselves, right? So in this current context, Ruchi Soya is a listed entity company, okay, and it makes all the compulsory disclosures. It makes known to the public all their financial performance, which can be used by investors on the website. They can go and check about the company, right? Track record of their stock, okay, also is a known thing. Had everything not been in order, the company would not have got the go ahead from SEBI. So if SEBI has given them the permission, the go ahead means the permission for FPO, which means that the company is doing okay. Okay. Regulator's job is to ensure that all companies are following the rules and regulations. Okay. They are disclosing, they are making the information known for the public. Okay. So that everybody is aware of if any law is broken or no. If it believes there are many loopholes in the law, it should work on the laws. The company, obviously the law should be made in a way that there should be no loopholes. Okay. And these loopholes should be plugged. Okay, managed. Micromanagement or acting on the basis of doubt is not the job of SEBI, according to the writer. Obviously, he is against what is done by SEBI. So it is not the job of SEBI to micromanage and small things. Look at small things, right? Right? Here, no. Sometimes Arun, because you are not understanding, sometimes it is not allowed in this whole process. It is not allowed to send those messages to disturb, to disrupt. Random guy would do that because to disrupt the company's FPO plans. Anybody can do it, right? That is one case, right? One more thing which I had to point out in this one, yeah, had everything. We start here with had. This line is everybody familiar. Why? Because we are talking about a condition. When we talk about a condition, okay, we can start our sentence with had. Okay, agar aisa hota ki, right? Had is for condition. We are starting the sentence. Okay. What is the tone? Obviously, writer is against what SEBI did. Okay, with this company which is Ruchi Soya. ये कोई बाबा रामदेव का है फर्म belonging to the Patanjali group only. Baba Ramdev, okay, there might be many supporters of Baba Ramdev here, so I will not say anything. Okay, Ruchi Soyal, okay, against whatever SEBI has taken a decision. Writer is criticizing that, critical about it for sure. Critical, right? Yes, Elakya, we have many classes today. 9 a.m. UDC mains batch, Introduction English. 11 a.m. foundation batch, today new chapter. And also guys, very important, 1 p.m. one English LPS is there. Okay, 5 p.m. on YT practice session is there. Okay, for RBA assistant. So lots and lots of classes for English today, Ilakya. Overall, the tone is critical. There were many grammar lessons, by the way. What were they? Fixed prepositions, guys. Inundated with. Flooded, inundated with. This is the fixed preposition we use, and there are many others, by the way, which we have marked, I guess. Inundated with. There was one more, right? Triggered by, caused by, comply with, very good. Comply with, triggered by. Okay, all these are fixed preposition you should remember. Comply with, obey. Okay, and one more thing, we can start the sentence with had to show condition. If, had. Okay, all these words show condition. Okay, had I proposed her on Valentine's Day. Manoj, I don't even want to say your examples. Okay, punt in is a phrase we got. Now let's go through the vocab we learned today, guys, all of you. I hope you remember. There were many phrases also. I'll come to the phrases list as well. Okay, tell me the meanings here very quickly. What do you mean by barring? Except for. Barring meaning except for the few. Barring, except for. इनके अलावा, इन्हें छोड़कर इनके अलावा. Okay, barring. Barring is actually used as a preposition. This is good information for all of you. Barring, unless, इनके अलावा, it is used as a preposition, right? Inundated. Okay, inundated is flooded. I have already written for you. Inundated with, flooded with messages, inundated with. Okay, applications for the job. Okay, so inundated with application. What do I write? Flooded only. Easy to understand. Remember. Okay. Heavy rains. The fields were inundated after the heavy rains. Okay. Correct. Accessed by. Accessed by. There is a preposition here also. We use by after accessed. Used. Accessed is used. Use or find. Okay. Loopholes are gaps, ambiguities, inadequacies. Okay. So loopholes is a noun word meaning inadequacies. What is inadequacies? बच निकलने का रास्ता. कभी भी loopholes होते हैं, gaps होते हैं. Gaps means there is something lacking. Okay. In a process. Okay. There is a ambiguity in the system. Okay. There is something lacking from which a person can save itself from following the rule. Okay. Sabotage, verb, तोड़फोड़ करना जानबूझ के. Deliberately, intentionally you destroy. Deliberately destroy something. तोड़फोड़ करना, जानबूझ के तोड़फोड़ करना. Okay. Cease, cease meaning stop. ठीक है. End something, stop something. ठीक है. रोकना. Breaches, when you don't follow a law, when you don't follow an agreement. Basically, breaches is when you break a law. Okay, when you break an agreement. Curtail, again a verb, very common word guys. Curtail means to reduce, to limit, restrict, रोकना. ठीक है. Unprecedented, favorite word of editorial, you all know this one. If you are following editorial, you will come across this word so many times. Unprecedented adjective means new, never happened before, something very new, never existed before, never happened before. It is unprecedented. Prod is poke, try to poke someone to do something, right? Prodding. Okay, poke. Make them act as a stimulus, make them do something. Prod. Okay, poke. Now can we come to the phrases? Should I show you that? Yes. Udit, your example for loopholes is correct. Rupture, yes, similar to Gargi rupture. Destroy. Intentionally, ठीक है. Nudge also, very good Gargi. Nudge, poke, prod, similar. Two other editorials I wanted to read. Oh, we have only one day guys remaining. 30th March today. Only one day remaining for your March month. Tomorrow 31st, last day of the month. Okay, so without sufficient cause from the Hindu, bridging the bay in question of a stronger BIMSTEC. This group, the article is about BIMSTEC group. Okay, so read about this in Financial Express and one from the Hindu. Actually, I think this one is also from the Hindu. I have not corrected it. Both are from the Hindu. I remember taking it from the Hindu only. Just check both of these from the Hindu only. And we have sway by. Oh no, what is oh no for? The month. Month is ending, yeah. Almost over. Last day tomorrow. Swayed by. And then we have many other phrases like which ones? Come in handy. Come in handy. Okay, one important weed out. Okay, all these small phrases you should remember. Weed out, remove, come in handy, very useful. Okay, yeah, today evening session there will be RC as well for sure, because we have to cover all the 40 now. Today we are going to complete the 40 questions we started yesterday. Okay, any other guys phrase that we came across in this particular article? Punt in, yes, punt in. Comply with, you know, right? So that I will not write. Back down. Okay, long drawn out process. A drawn out also is a phrase, something which extends more than necessary. A drawn out process, drawn out negotiations. Okay, drawn out, punt in, all these phrases you should remember from today's editorial. Also use these in sentences in the comments, so it is fixed and you don't forget it. Okay, 1st April कुछ लोगों का result भी आएगा. Yeah, so only one day remaining for that. Anything you buy on Oliveboard, use code Harshita. RBI Grade B courses separately available. There also you can use my code. Apart from that, we have other exams courses on the platform. Super Elite plan is the best. I will see you again in the evening. Subscribe, like and share. And guys, any feedback regarding the session, what you want, what you don't, mention in the comments below with your homework. I am noticing people have stopped giving me the tone answers. Okay, start reading again all 3 editorials per day and answer regularly in the homework section. Okay, have a great day guys. See you in the classes. Bye bye.